Hello everyone, Stuckery here, and welcome back to a Hearts of Iron 4 video. You're probably going to notice that things look a little bit different here at this time that I'm creating this video. I've mostly fixed all the issues to actually make the green screen not be a little bit of a pain in my butt. But yeah, it is so incredibly hot outside that I'm actually filming this inside of the house and not inside my garage. So if you notice anything or hear anything different, hey, you're just that special and you're looking at me. Thank you. You know, we have played pretty much every nation with a focus tree in Hearts of Iron 4, but there are still some nations that we haven't explored all the paths of. And some of these, despite how small and normally insignificant you would think that they are in terms of world history, are actually capable of punching well above their weight. Some of them, in fact, have things that are completely and utterly broken. And so to that end, here's the Netherlands, which in 1936 is actually probably completely and utterly broken now that I'm looking at it. Oh yeah, definitely don't miss this part. Netherlands, you terrible, terrible speed bump you. Let's see, from the beginning we have 8 troops. We don't want those, they all kind of suck, so you know what, we're gonna go ahead and consolidate all them. That way we can use the equipment of one and mix it into the rest. And let's make sure to get that industry underway here. We're gonna need a good amount of civvies as well as some military production, but it's gonna take a while considering that we can't literally build anything with any decent amount of speed. Ah yes, the Grand Dutch military machine. How glorious. Well, this is what we're going to be building for a while, and simultaneously, let's go ahead and put our 3 dockyards on convoys, because we're going to be needing a lot of those, and we're going to show why here in the future. Anyway, moving on to the focus tree, the Netherlands has a rather interesting, but also it's definitely one of the older ones. I can't actually remember which DLC it went and added a focus tree for the Netherlands, but simultaneously, we know that it was at least a while ago, because every single one of these things going down is a frickin' 70-day focus, I swear. But hey, you know, you get to do some developments here for your colony. You can abandon the gold standard, or you can suck up to all the powers around you because we're just a little bit of a fickle little boy now, aren't we? You know what? That's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna form a new government because our current government is weak, which, yeah, this guy, even though he has minus 10% consumer goods, everything else in here is absolutely terrible. So yeah, form a government and get a guy who's in freaking defeatist who's in charge. Yeah, lovely stuff. Let's go ahead and get that going. And let's begin, my friends. Netherlands in 1936 starts out in a rather interesting position because you look at it historically, and the Netherlands never really got invaded in World War I. They mostly had to deal with a lot of the issues of the other powers surrounding them, and it was a site that many refugees went to at the time. This is actually what gives the effect of shell-shock spectator of the Great War because, again, they were the closest safe haven, so a lot of the people who ended up moving to the Netherlands had no wish for any kind of war to actually break out again, and that means that we can do literally nothing in terms of production here for a long time. But we got some divisions now. Let's go ahead and put those into an army and set them to train. We need some army experience going. Yes, the Germans remilitarize the Rhineland, and we get a person who immediately wants to surrender. Yeah, that seems like the correct course of action in this scenario, I guess. Still though, you got a nice mustache, buddy. Next up immediately after that is that we have to do Gateway to Europe, because then we are going to play the political game and balance whatever it is that we need to do between the British and the Germans without really necessarily giving into either. That's right, baby. We're going down the most evil path you can possibly imagine. Neutrality. First thing to do with our political power, we got 150. We're going to go ahead and get Jacob Adrian de Wild. Or I guess it would be Jacob Adrian de Wild. I don't speak Dutch. I don't know what it is. I know that people are going to make fun of me in the comments right now, and you can shut up. You all speak English very funnily. Either way, that's going to give us some political power, but simultaneously 5% stability, and that's what we really want. And see, the reason why we want that political power, and why we are storing up as much as we can, and we are doing this focus for Gateway to Europe, is because of this. German Reich dominates Dutch trade negotiations. We go over to our decisions and you can see that currently the British and the Germans are competing with who can get more influence in the Netherlands, and we have to balance those if we want to do anything within our focus tree. So as soon as Gateway to Europe goes here and completes, that means that we are now going to be able to affect who has more influence. And what we're going to do is basically placate both at the same time because we need to get to 50. The reason why we need to get to 50 is because that is the only way that we can maintain neutrality, by pleasing everybody, which sounds like I'm just doing something dirty in a frat house. Truth be told, considering how syphilis spread back during World War I, that is only something that makes a vast amount of sense, and I can hear my wife just snickering behind me as I say that. Gabby, I know you're reading the dirty romance books back there. So either way, with Gateway to Europe done, that means we have 2 options. We can either abandon the gold standard and try to fix our economy somewhat, which doesn't really do much for us right now, or we can start investing in things overseas, which we are going to do because what we really want to do is we want to go down here to curtail colonial autonomy and start being able to work towards annexing our puppet. Because yes, the Dutch in 1936 own all of Indonesia over here, and the Dutch East Indies have things that we really, really want. Namely, lots of manpower that can be thrown into the field and sacrificed. But you know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's a concern for later, my friends. And so every 10 days, we're going to go over here and just hit this button to placate both sides, and we're going to give them as much influence as we can until we can get both to do 50. All right, I forgot also as we can, we're probably going to want to build stuff over here in the Indies because we're going to need to do that in order to be able to curtail their autonomy even more. And we had to make sure that we were on local autonomy in order to be able to increase the amount of compliance that we actually gain from these. Among all these, local autonomy, easily the best law that you could have for garrisons, definitely. I mean, the compliance gain, the reduction to garrisons, all this, it's brilliant. This is exactly what you want, but you can only get this when you're a democratic nation, which kind of sucks, but you know what? At least you get some bonus for being a democracy in this game. And the other reason we were saving all that political power is because we did the foreign investments over here. That means we're going to get options down here to be able to attract companies to the East Indies, which in turn is going to give us more factories and everything here over time, depending on what we do. And so we're just going to keep on hitting those. You know, nice and useful. And here we go. Powers are balanced, which means we're going to have the option before we do anything else over here of being able to declare ourselves neutral. The most disgusting of all political ideologies. Great. Yep. Absolutely wonderful. And yes, we've maintained neutrality. Wonderful. With neutrality, that means we have a couple options over here. We can either go communist, which feels weird that is the option that it has here based off trade neutrality, that is what you can frickin' choose. But no, in this case, we're going to go for orange. Ah, yes, Netherlands. What we think of as orange. But no, it's actually one of those fascinating things that in terms of royal color, the orange color is the color of the Dutch royal family. It's its own fascinating little thing when it comes to history here, and I love how they go and explore that. But yes, that's going to boost unaligned, and that is exactly what we want. Ooh, also, I noticed the Dutch have gone and built an infantry template, so we're going to go ahead and copy that into ours. It's nice and cheap, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to take all of this extra infantry equipment that we have, and we are just going to start spam recruiting as much of these as possible. And don't worry, I'll show you what I mean, is there's no real reason that you should be recruiting something like this. This is a terrible division, but we're going to abuse this game to high hell. And you know, as soon as these troops are ready, go ahead and spawn them. Not even spawn them, just wait until they have 20% and then forcefully spawn them. Don't even give them all the guns that you possibly want. Let's see, and with the orange bovine done, which is nice, now it's time to go over here. There we go, and with the orange bovine done, there's no reason to do symbol of resistance or anything else over here. Instead, what we are going to do, I forgot that we can't do curtail colonial autonomy, which is fine, it just means it's going to take us a little bit longer to do what we want. We're instead going to have to do Java, Sumatra, and Borneo and the Groot Oost, which all of this is going to reduce the autonomy of the East Indies, which is, it's okay. We're just going to go ahead and do that. And here, finally, we got 20 command power, which took us forever to get here in the first place. We're going to need to go ahead and get one of these guys to start boosting up some army experience. We want these more, so, you know, we're just going to get morale for now. It doesn't really matter. And now that we finally managed a little bit over here with our colony, it's time to finally begin to fix our economy by halfway through 1937. You know what? That's the smart thing to do, Dutch. And just keep on recruiting more trash units. There goes the gold standard. Now you think, okay, do we fix our economy? Do we start to do this? No. We need to overturn the military budget cuts because even if we can't afford to build anything, we need military men. Because of course, I'm a genius political leader, said every dictator in history ever. And here we are heading into 1938, and we are finally going to be able to go over here and annex our subject. Boom! All of those divisions that we built over here are now suddenly ours. They're not our subjects. No. They're ours. Which means that if I take all 84 of these, and I go to delete, oh, lo and behold, I'm gonna get 765,000 manpower and 18,000 infantry equipment? Well, don't mind if I do, you know, just steal all the manpower of every Indonesian man who automatically just became Dutch. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, that is a way that you can just completely break and ruin everything when it comes to puppets in this game. Unfortunately, though, since we annexed, we automatically start out with a grand total of 0 compliance in any of this, which that sucks, but you know what? It's perfectly fine, I guess. Now we just start training all of our divisions on the front line, and oh, lo and behold, we got all of our equipment and everything that we donated to get their autonomy down here in the first place, and all of that free freaking manpower. All right, now here it is. It is May of 1938, and we have a series of options that are going to be ahead of us that we can choose from. We are starting to build up our military rapidly here to be able to deploy to the front line against Germany, which is going to be crucial. And we are gradually, over this time, starting to build up a surplus of military equipment that we are going to be able to use to equip said troops. But instead of, again, fixing things with our economy, we're going to do the very Dutch thing and not fix anything. Instead, no, we're gonna go build an air force. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Perfect. Wonderful strategy. Oh, did I also mention that we need a spy agency? Because yeah, we seriously do need a spy agency. Ooh, always make sure in your spy to go ahead and get the seducer first. That is definitely what we need. And let's start building an intel network over here on the Germans. Also on that note, let's go ahead and make sure to pick up an elusive gentleman because we want another spy as well as better stuff for our agents. All right, there's protect the mainland. And now it's time to modernize the air fleet, which this is going to give us a massive bonus of minus 20% cost for 365 days to producing planes. That is exactly what we need. We need to produce as many planes as humanly possible, which is going to take quite a while here to actually be able to produce anything in the first place. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're just going to make as much as we can. And with 1939 rolling around, you know what it's finally time for? Fixing our freaking economy. Yeah, that's right. And we're still on 11%. We have no war support. Great. It's absolutely wonderful. And finally, I can go to early mobilization. It took freaking forever, but we're finally getting there. But oh yeah, first things first, before war actually breaks out. Yeah, symbol of resistance. Attack and defense on core territory plus 10%. That is some nice stuff. And there goes Poland refusing the German ultimatum. That means it's time for us to prepare for the fun on this side. We've been saving up all of our army experience during this entire point, so yeah, you know what? It is time to go ahead and start getting us some air doctrines and everything else. So force rotation, yes, interception detection plus air wing mission experience, absolutely. And we want more ace generation. Awesome. And land doctrine. Well, even though we could go pure defensive on this, that's not what we're going to do. Instead, superior firepower, delay, and mobile defense. We really want to get over here to integrated support, but we did not get the army experience in time in order to be able to get this. It's fine. Because what we do have here is an army defensive min that is going to increase our defense, plus we have enemy air support minus 5%, and we simultaneously have infantry attack and defense. We have built everything that we need here. And if you all remember when we got those two operatives earlier, by placing those into Germany, do you notice something here? Effects for the German Reich, max planning minus 100%, meaning the Germans will get no planning bonus against us whatsoever. Let's go ahead and set our Air Force up here, put some of them on interception, some of them on air superiority, and then we're going to focus on taking out as many of the enemies as possible. Yep, there goes Poland. That means it's time for the fun over on this side to get ready to begin. German pressure towards the Benelux. Are you ready, everyone? This is what all those Indonesian lives were meant for. Yep, there it is. Germans launching their attack. Immediately, you're going to see that they're going to be doing a decent amount of damage to us, but it's okay. Because we're going to have so many bonuses based off our intel, based off our entrenchment, every single thing that we have is going to help us to be able to defend, to take out as many of their lives as possible. Except in the Allies, and yes, we are absolutely going to do that. Because symbol of resistance, done. That's going to be 10% more attack and defense on all sides. We'll be able to take out as many of them as possible, and we are going to do some serious damage over here. The more of the enemy fighters that we're going to be able to take out, the better in the scenario. Well, either way, just try to hold, let them throw themselves at me as much as possible, because my god, they have burned out quite a bit of manpower already. Gradually going to have to start phasing people out one by one. It's perfectly okay. And it's all right. Just gradually replace the forces over time here. We're just going to be able to take these out as much as possible. And from that, we're just going to keep on being able to rack up kills. Oh my god, just keep on throwing yourselves at me. We are racking up kill after kill after here, and I realize that I should have moved some forces down here to cover the Benelux too. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, and I forgot this entire time. I should have been trying to crank out as many of these extra units as I could. So hold units. Can I just spam out a whole bunch of you? Get desperately in debt equipment-wise, and then yes, thank you, British Rust. Thank you for lending me 84 guns. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that's what all these convoys are coming in for. Oh my god, they really are throwing themselves. And we are holding even down here in Belgium. Excellent. November 1939, how many deaths? Oh, 500,000. And we are responsible for 66 whopping % of this. Holy crap. Denmark has capitulated. Oh no, how dare they? How dare they fall? Yeah, I'm not sure that the Germans are going to be able to break through on this side. It's not happening. There's the inundation lines. That thing is done. Now that means next step after that. Yeah, I could have done any of this and I kind of forgot I don't need to. We're at war, which means we can replace the defeatist government. It's going to increase our war support. Then we can make a beeline down the fun stuff. Oh, hey, Italy finally joined in, which means they're going to at least be able to pressure the French in the south here. But yeah, this is overall gonna suck. French, you better not fall to this. I swear to God, the fact that I'm holding here in the north. The Germans have lost 1 million people, for Christ's sake. And now finally, the moment that we have been working towards this entire game. Wilhelm, God damn it, I can't speak. Wilhelminism. Yes. Okay. Basically what is going to happen is that we have a whole bunch of dynastic ties between our royal house and the German Kaiser, who has resided inside of the Netherlands since the end of the Great War, which has not been pretty, but the Germans are probably going to want him back, considering that they don't like how millions of them are being sacrificed for the bad mustache man's life. So, maybe we can create a little bit of a discord within society that eventually is going to cause the Germans to side with us. The people, not the mustache man. And no, seriously, one of the effects is that it's going to hurt the manpower weekly of the Germans and simultaneously give us a whole bunch of free units. So let's freaking go for it, man. Wait, kick from faction? What do you mean kick from faction? Why would you kick me from the faction because I put in Wilhelminism? Listen, it's a perfectly reasonable thing. Why would you do this to me? UK, really? Minus 100? Why does that matter? Why do you care about this? And then you immediately invite me back into the fact. Why? You, good sir, we're gonna have to improve relations so that hopefully you don't just frickin' kick me out again. Prince Bernhard wants to gather intelligence. There's been insufficient intelligence for the formulation of appropriate battle plans in recent weeks. And when catching the wind of this in a recent staff meeting, Prince Bernhard insists on using his personal connections in the German Reich to provide us with intelligence. Sure, why not? I don't know. Let the prince figure something out. Ah, see? We're already starting to get German defectors. Excellent. And they started the attack on me again. Yeah, buddies. That's not gonna frickin' work, I have hundreds of thousands of Indonesians in the field protecting me. Yugoslavia, oh no, you're not in good shape here. The Germans turned on you this time. Really? Again? You kicked me from the faction again. I have been improving relations with you the entire damn time, Britain. Why would you do this? Why? Well, either way, as soon as we start pushing into German territory, something rather interesting is going to happen. Just get ready for it. And there it is, the secret thing that we've been looking for. The moment that you start pushing into the German territory, this means that the German people are going to rise up, and it leads to a German civil war. Best part about this, boom, German civil war. They're your freaking puppet, man. A puppet. Which means with most of their units disappearing and desperately trying to move to cover the front line, we can now push. It's a civil war, baby. Overrun them all. You know what I say? Again? Really? What kind of abusive relationship is this, Britain? I'm only accepting because it's going to allow you to flood my front lines with your soldiers, allowing us to move in even faster. Oh, we are losing a lot of manpower, but it's, you know, it's okay. We're sacrificing ourselves. It's perfectly fine. We got this. Denmark! Perfectly liberated. More German defectors. Yes, side with me, my brothers. Am I losing a lot of manpower? Yes, I am. Does it matter? No, it does not. Extensive conscription, even all of that free manpower that we got from Indonesia is not enough to satisfy the horde. But Germany is about to fall. Wait, United Kingdom! Why would you kick me from the faction? We have almost beat Germany. Why? Why would you do this? Churchill, you freaking idiot. Oh, there goes Japan declaring war on the Philippines. So that finally happens. We finally get this. Her Majesty's German legions disband. It was inevitable. Their service was invaluable. Yeah, because we took it. Germany is ours. Sort of, I guess. Listen, it's getting real confusing over here. And Italy, for whatever reason, still exists, even though everything else is collapsing. Again, really? Really? Britain, why? I do not like this relationship, good sir. You can see the look on my queen's face. She is very pissed off at you, Churchill. Benito Mussolini deposed. Perfect. Let's move in. Fast. Just run through the south here. This is the last major power. If we can just run in here and seize this, we'll be okay. They have no one left. Just run down here to Rome. They literally have no more defenses. No, seriously, they have literally no more defenses. Where are all their troops? They went to freaking Yugoslavia. What? Oh, yeah, there goes Japan declaring war on me. That's fun. That's totally what I wanted over on this side to happen. Yeah, great. Just freaking great. There it goes. There goes the Axis. We freaking did it, man. So you know what? Here we go. German Empire. Let's go ahead and take all of this stuff. Yeah, because you definitely deserve that. Yeah, and then Netherlands. Netherlands, which was able to kill off the entire German Air Force. Netherlands, which did everything, gets to take the lion's share of the goods. Wonderful, man. Simply freaking wonderful. That is a beautiful sight to see with a puppet German Empire. All of that is over in 1941, about to be 1942. It was simply that easy. Of course, there's still one very little angry chin that we're gonna have to deal with over on this side. Oi, really? Really, Japan? Did you think this was going to work out for you? The answer is no, and even as the... Are you freaking kidding me? Britain, again? Really? And now that the war is over, and... I don't remember this being a thing where once the war is over, Germany just becomes free. You know what? Okay, I guess that was an update that maybe Paradox put in here at some point. I don't remember this being a thing a couple years ago, but so be it. We lose the big puppet, and I gave them all the land. I gave them all the land of the German Empire instead of taking it myself. Damn it! You were my puppet, and now you are the superior... You're the superior one in the faction. I should have just taken all the German land myself. Wait, what? Prince Bernhard is wounded organizing resistance. What resistance? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm the one occupying the Philippines currently. There's no resistance. We don't own anything over here. I mean, Japan, no other power. But no.
What the dog doing?
I can't even process what is going on. I'm just stumbling over my words right now. Why was my prince was he organizing a resistance in the territory that I currently occupy? What? Well, guess what, boys? The Dutch are coming back to Nagasaki using the power of a German and Italian navy. The Dutch are back home, baby. Only this time we bring way more aggression than just wooden shoes. Also, speaking of aggression, did all of you fuckers you're canceling your non-aggression pact with me? Why? I haven't done anything except maybe change the balance of power in Europe and completely ruin the Balkans. Listen, it was already broken when I got there, okay? The Dutch have never done anything spicy in history. And there it goes. There's Japan. The Dutch take their rightful place in the frickin' sun. Yep, you know, this seems like a peaceful
reasonable world. You got a Dutch Japan in Nagasaki, which ironically enough, the Dutch ended up taking a lot more parts of Japan than what they did historically, and the Japanese took the parts that historically had the Dutch. You know, in the end, it really does make sense. I'm just saying that right now. But you know, I didn't get to absorb Germany. I did manage to take some of the Balkans, and we managed to restore some of our claims. I don't even know what to make sense of when it comes to this over here for the Dutch. This world is definitely not the prettiest map that I think I've ever created, but you know what? I'm proud of this. So with that, my friends, I think that we are done here for today. I swear when I was initially going to create this, I remember that the path that this had for the Netherlands was supposed to have been more powerful, where you were able to absorb the Germans. Though maybe you were actually able to do that and I just did it too early by ending the war. I got a little bit too gung-ho there. But either way, I think that is the end of today's episode. Everyone, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you for checking in. And please let me know in the comment section below what it is that you'd like to see next. I know that I have some Victoria 3 and other things that are going to be created. And so look forward to everything that is going to be coming later on this week. My friends, have a good rest of your day. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.